What up, world? It's your boy Sky, broadcasting live, continuing our video with the lovely kitty, Inky the cat, and it's just a continuation about feeling lost. Like at times it's like we feel lost, and at the same time it's like we feel found, and I don't know. Like I'm just trusting myself, to be honest. That's it. That's all we can do. Cause it's some deep stuff. When you start awakening and start waking up, it's some deep, deep stuff. Very deep stuff. You start wondering about a whole lot. You start wondering about a whole lot. You know. But deep down, you do have some sort of faith within you that somehow it will work out. And I don't know. I'm just grateful to have gone through some things, because it's like when you get lost, when you start being alone and get real away from everybody else, then you start to like really question what you really want and like what you really desire in life, who you're supposed to be, this and that, and then you just start doing it. You know what I mean? Because it's especially for those of us who really are awakening, like it can be overwhelming because part of us is like comparing in a way. We're like, wow, look at these celebrities, look at these athletes, look at these people with all this money, and we're like, wow, how do you do it? You know what I mean? Like, what if I'm just desiring just to be myself, a health and wellness expert, coach, whatever, guide, YouTuber, I can make it too, you know what I'm saying? Maybe getting hit and traumatized in football or combat sports such as boxing or whatever, maybe it's not for everybody like us, we have a different role, a different purpose, a different, position on the playing field in life, and I guess that's what I've been being real with, because like I'm not the type of person to be a tough guy, a hard guy, whatever. I've already learned that through some experiences, just through love, to be honest, through love, and at the same time, I'm not here to just do the same thing every day with no type of change at all. I've always just, catered towards being authentic, being myself, you know what I'm saying? Like having our own business, ideas and stuff like that. I guess that's what I'm doing now, with Inky, the cat, in our animal business and whatnot, and I can move forward with that. Because to be honest, especially whenever we're in times alone and whatnot, we can really start overthinking a lot, and sometimes, depending on who you are, you can even isolate yourself, and that's unhealthy to be isolated from the population. There's a difference between being alone and isolated, and I value just being alone, where I still am able to communicate with other people, freely. You know what I'm saying? That's what I value a lot, and I also do value to live a long life as well, so I have to be real with that. You know what I mean? There's no more running away. I've been homeless before. I've been in tremendous circumstances, but like, that's where you got to really know yourself, truly. Not just saying it, but actually meditating on it, knowing it, waking up, knowing it without a doubt, what your core desires, core needs, all that stuff are, and then at the same time, acting upon it, being disciplined upon it, surrendering to it. And that's what I've had to learn, that's what I've had to learn by being real. So I made up my mind, I do love nature, I love traveling, and at the same time I still love stability, and I still love, being somebody, of purpose, still being able to still experience different parts of the world, not just floating around like a loose leaf that's broke or whatever, but just to be able to be someone. And I'm grateful enough to honestly have a few mentor, like a handful of mentors, if and especially just like I'll say in specifics, probably maybe only a couple or three or so that are truly like, living proof that it is possible. And I guess honestly a lot of that was just the self work that they did within themselves. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm doing. Y'all can see my body and everything has been changing, my spirit and everything. Who knows? I may be getting some good news. Intuitively, it feels like that sometimes. I've gotten some messages from the universe that I'll be getting some good news this year. You know, and I'm not just talking about, oh, it's a sunny day. Yeah, okay, a sunny day is great, but I'm talking about some other stuff. You never know. Sometimes it's just patience. But like it can be overwhelming. But I'll be all right. When it happens, I'll be all right, for real. Because the biggest thing was just to have purpose, create a purpose for me, for life, and, just to be connected. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that's why I'm so grateful for some of these mentors and guides, because they help show us that it's possible. They paved the way, and that's why it's so amazing for people like Ralph Smart, Infinite Waters, Mike Rashid, Dr. Sebi, Dizzy Wright, the musician, Quantrell Coakley, some of these other people who are plant-based brothers, and sisters out there too. Tony, Lacine, I really don't know any of the girls, to be honest, but the brothers out there that inspire me, like, thanks. You show it's possible, and also you send the message to be patient as well, and I'm grateful at least to be in alignment, because otherwise I would be chasing forever, and even when I was in alignment, I still learned some lessons about to let go. I learned some lessons about surrendering. I learned some lessons about, stop stressing yourself out, even while I was in alignment, and thank God I learned that so I don't have to ever experience that again on any type of level, That's that, for me, how I see it. And shout out to my homie Michas. I remember he said, what ruins empires, great empires, is lust and greed. He said that, and it made a lot of sense, because for me, I'm living a life free from porn, from masturbation and lustful stuff, that a lot of us are trapped in, thinking that's cool. But really, for me, I always cater to the big, grand stage level where I'm able to be myself. I'm able to still be universally connected, to still be able to travel the world, to still be able to go to all the different restaurants and pay or whatever, just be taken care of, however, harmoniously, without any problems or anything. Go shopping, raise a family, experience a lot of life, because it's a big world. So that's what I'm talking about, and it's deep, because then you start to run out of words of what to say, of what to do. Sometimes you like get real deep, very, very deep, very deep. And sometimes you just want to give up and stop, That's up to you. I've done that before, and I learned what happens whenever you do that, But I don't know, though. I know I just said a bunch of stuff. It's just, life can be so deep, and I'm just praying to come to peace within myself, for real. That's it, That's really it. I'm a changed man. I'm a new man, And that's that. That's really that, To be real, I'll even be bold enough to say, that what differentiates, people that really are there for their child, whenever they become a father or mother, it will change you. And I'm still just alone, here with the cat. I have yet to receive any information or news about stuff like this, but I feel like that really can change someone when when you are one of the chosen ones, which is a small amount of people. When you're awake, when you are on that small minority of people, then like you feel the calling, the calling, you realize the calling, and you're like, okay, this is helping me out a lot. Because then you realize that, hey, you realize what your true deepest desires are, your heart's desire. When you get rid of all, even money, when you stop thinking about money, when you stop thinking about fame, fortune, cars, clothes, girls, all that stuff, and you really just quiet everything out, maybe at nighttime or whatever, in nature, whatever, and then you start thinking what you really want. And for me, it was just to have, love, what I'm saying, to have a family, to raise a family with a partner, throughout life, to experience life and to have some type of purpose in life, because for me, to be honest, like, I'm already zoned in, but it's just like, especially whenever you have a child, whenever you're improving in the relationship, then with the intimate partner, then you're like seeing your power, what I'm saying? You're seeing that you don't have to be distracted all over the place, chasing women, chasing men, like, then you see that, hey, maybe I'm not supposed to be chasing, maybe I should really keep digging into who I really am, so that I can be 100% and give out 100%, so like, that's what makes sense, Sometimes you gotta step off stage to do a little inner work so that you can come back on stage or out in the world. I'm not an actor, I'm not an entertainer, I'm just talking about stage as in your mission, what you have to provide and offer to the world. We have all types of people out there, people selling, a bunch of stuff, selling drugs, people selling t-shirts, people selling their body, their soul, people selling books, people selling, personal training, people selling consultations, people selling fruits and vegetables, people selling makeup, people selling everything, paintings, artwork, cars, all types of stuff, insurance, everything. And like, especially for those of us that are younger or whatever, and we see some of these a lot older people, we're like, I wonder what it took for them to get there, how they got there, this and that. And maybe they have a family already and whatnot. And you're like, there's gotta be something going on with how they got all this money, this and that, and how they're calm and everything. It's not analyzing, it's not skepticism, it's just like an observation. It's just an observation. And deep down, you kind of feel like, okay, hey, they're old enough to be my father or whatever, pay respect, obviously, with everybody, that, because we respect ourselves, and then realize, hey, maybe great things do take time, you know what I'm saying? And realize that, it's a process. So that's what I've been understanding a lot, and like, life can be very deep. It is deep, why would you want life to be boring, and just the same thing, not learning anything? That's ignorance, But anyways, like, deep down, whenever we see those mentors and coaches or whatever that maybe are old enough to be our parents, grandparents, whatever, kind of like an extended family, or just strangers that are just old enough to be our parents or whatever, and deep down you're like, okay, they've been through a lot more than I have, so let's be wise here, and you gain a new perspective. You kind of see what's up about certain things, and you start to imagine certain things, and maybe come up with some intuitive ideas about how to move forward with our life. And that's really what's helped me to stay grounded, to still stay free, to still keep moving forward, to still be interacting with people, not to be isolated. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like starting a business is hard, okay? But like when you're doing it, it feels so much more amazing because like you're free. You're not trapped working a particular time shift, a particular dollar amount. It's not going to be the same old. You know, it's you're going out there, you're steering your own ship. You know, you're accountable for your own stuff. You know, and it can be it's a lot of it's 100% responsibility. That's why people that love themselves start businesses. You know what I mean? Like straight up, people who truly love themselves 100% start businesses, like we have here. You know, with Inky, Inky. But yeah, like I don't know. I'm figuring it all out. I'm figuring a lot out. I don't have to know it all. You know, it's just I'm sharing what's resonating through me. I'm a vessel and whatnot. So this helps me with my reality, you know, and keeping myself sane, you know. So anyways, it's your boy Sky. We're broadcasting live, probably gonna do a little bit longer, you know. But I wonder about a lot, to be honest with y'all. I wonder about a whole lot. A whole lot. Cause it's truly gotta come from within us, to be honest. Cause I see all kinds of people. I feel out all kinds of people, you know. It's gotta come from within, to be honest. It's gotta come from within. And let people reveal themselves to us, I guess. And stop thinking that people better than you or worse than you, you know. That's another thing that's helped me to stop feeling so lost and comparing myself and just focus on me. You know, like when you really go within, you start realizing like, okay, I am player one of one in my reality, in my life. Like I'm me. I'm my only player. You know what I'm saying? I'm player one. I'm not controlling nobody. You know, I'm just myself. I'm checking into the game of life. You know, that's the type of approach we've got to have, you know. And I guess that's the best way to get us and keep us on our feet, you know. By understanding that responsibility, you know, because then you start going through the motions and going through the same things, you know, same patterns, or maybe trying to run away or try to fight or whatever. And like you realize from your own behavioral patterns that doesn't work, you know, that doesn't serve us. No matter how you want to look at it, we're the best book. You know, we can learn from guides and mentors and gurus, whatever, but also learn from our own experiences and our own intuition. So I've learned, you know, not to fight the system. I've learned not to run away, you know, and just be real. You know what I'm saying? Take responsibility, because I've been at the bottom. I'm still overcoming bottomless living, at the bottom living, you know? And like, sometimes when you get real with yourself, you're like, okay, I'm aware of these patterns, you know, of this responsibility I must take. So let's do it. You know what I mean? From simple things, from having no money, and maybe you're like, wow, this should be free, this and that. I guess work for it. That's the best I can say. Work for it. You know, I don't know what else to tell you. Earn it. You know, deserve it. Become worthy for it. You know what I mean? Best thing I gotta say. Best thing I gotta say. Allow it to come to you. Don't feel so much pressure about stuff, you know. But that's the best thing I've had to. That's the best thing I've understood, that I'm understanding, is that, you know, money still exists. Money is a thing, you know, so there we go. You know, money is money. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking for all of us who are overcoming having no money, have no money, whatever. It is what it is. You know, if we really want to be free, this and that, we got to be our own money, you know? So that goes for a car, all these little things, this and that. You gotta buy it, you know? And it's possible because there's mentors out there older than us doing it, you know? And people on a different mission, different path, out of alignment, and they're doing it too. You know what I mean? It's just for those of us in alignment, we gotta get real with ourselves. I don't know what blessings will come our way or anything, but I will say just use your intuition, your gut feeling about stuff, and get real with yourself about the long run, about the long term, the long run. You know, that's what I've had to do, is get real with the long run. You know, whatever you're desiring in life. You know, for me, I admire the long run. You know, to be around here for a while and to actually experience life in a graceful, peaceful, free way. You know, a way of service, of respect, you know, of connection, of love. So therefore, who am I to run away all the time and isolate myself anywhere? You know what I mean? It's all right to have a vacation, and at the same time, like, you gotta establish that vacation and be worthy of the vacation too, you know? Because a lot of us going through this awakening, growing process, we just want to run away and not take any responsibility, you know? Until you finally realize there's nowhere to run to. You know, you're just gonna keep running and running and running. You know what I mean? Until you finally put the brakes on and you're like, hey, now I'm moving forward with firm footing. You know, this is what I'm doing. Having some purpose, having some meaning. And you start picking up on certain things or whatever, and things smooth out a little bit. I don't know at all. I'm just sharing a unique perspective that's helping me along my voyage, because, you know, I can relate. I can relate with a lot of people, you know, from jobs to relationship stuff to physical changes, you know, a whole bunch. But I am forever free, and I am in the process of becoming my greatest version. So thank you for watching, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe. Take care. Have an amazing day. It's your boy Sky, broadcasting live